A guy who spent 6 years cutting carpet finally gets his last day revenge on a scummy landlord. He snapped his fingers and demanded carpet. I gave him a weekend project from hell. I, 24-year-old male, worked in the flooring department for 6 years at a large Midwest hardware store where you save big money. If you know, you know. Part of my job was to cut carpet for customers. It had come in 12 wide by however long they wanted, 12 by 3, 12 by 8, etc. This is important. After 6 years of working for this company in the flooring department, I'd seen well over a dozen managers come through the department and a fair share of part-time workers. In April of this year, I finally landed a position at a new company that allowed me to use my graphic design degree. So, I put in my 2 weeks. I'd finally reached the last day of my job and was counting down the minutes when a man walks past me and snaps his fingers at me and says, "Carpet now," and walks over to the carpet machine. Now, this guy, let's call him Jared, is a known-a-hole to myself and co-workers and a landlord for many of the apartments in the area. I was secretly praying he would come in so I could finally have my customer service revenge moment. And my prayers were answered because he wanted new carpet for his entire apartment complex. Now, any other day I would have hated helping with this because him being the scumlord that he is chooses the cheapest carpet we sell and then proceeds to buy 10 to 20 cuts of that carpet. But today was different because I had a dream and I was going to do everything I can to make my dream come true. So Jared waits impatiently for me to bring the cheap carpet around, all while talking down to me about how much money he makes as a scum lord and how he's evicted a few families because he didn't like their kids, all just fuel for my revenge. Finally, he finds a huge roll of cheap carpet and he wants a little over a dozen cuts of carpet, all of them ranging between 12 by 9 to 12 by 13. I tell him to go wait by the registers and I'll have it up there as soon as I can. And I truly did cut it as fast as I could, but I rolled them loosely so they were all roughly the same diameter. I then proceeded to roll the cart full of carpet up to the front for him and even loaded it into his trailer. No tip, of course, but what was going to be his weekend project with his buddies is actually going to take a few weeks because I didn't label any of the rolls of carpet. So, he has no way of telling how long each roll of carpet is. He has a trailer full of 12 feet rolls of carpet that he now has to unroll in order to know what room it needs to go to. And if you've never wrangled carpet before, it's not easy to bring a loosely rolled piece of carpet up a flight of stairs, let alone a dozen of them. It would have been better to cut the carpets like 4 to 5 and too long. That way, you aren't really shorting him, per se. He's either going to have to cut each roll down to the correct size or he's going to have to come back and say the idiot who used to work there cut them too long and the workers will just need to cut the extra off. That'll be an additional day he has to waste bringing the rug back if he doesn't want to do it himself. And our second story, I was alone in the store. A customer told me you'll load them for me now. He was mistaken.